Hey guys, what's up? It's the Merc here from Poolshed Games, and this is just going to be kind of a short video where I'm going to ramble about some things because I don't have any one specific thing I want to talk about. First, I want to mention the state of the quest for gaming here at college. We haven't RP'd now in probably 2 or 3 weeks. Part of that was because of spring break, and just because of the sheer amount of work that we're dealing with, because it's kind of that odd point in the semester where you have to get over like the hill of work to get towards the coast at the end of the semester. But once that's done, we're going to get back into gaming. I'm hoping it'll be the Mutant Epoch because I have an idea for what I want to do with that and where we can take it, which is just going to be a dungeon delve, but it'll be fun. If not, I just picked up Cards Against Humanity. A buddy of mine up here picked up Cards Against Humanity, so we can get a couple games of that going, which it's not nearly as in-depth as a role-playing game or even certain board games, but it's a fun way to blow off steam after class because it's kind of just like a party game. If you're not familiar with it, it's a card game. There's two decks. One deck asks a question, and the other deck is full of ways to respond to that question. And all the ways to respond to the question are pretty much immature and horrible, but that's what makes it fun because you see who can come up with the worst response. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. And also, if we don't do the role-playing game again, we might try some board games. We play King of Tokyo a lot. I have Mashup. Might try to play the Firefly board game up here. So there's gaming in the future. I'm not sure what shape it's going to take, to be honest with you. Now, on top of that, I guess I'll talk a little bit about what's going on in our world with Spartan Games. I am going to be expanding my Planetfall forces. I plan on fully filling out the core helixes for both my Terran and Ceruleans, and I'm going to get the heavy armor helixes for both. So that should give me nice rounded out armies. It'll give me enough options to play, get a feel for both of them, and to see where I want to go with both armies in the future. Now, the Leviathans have come out. I really like the Terran one. It's got that big stompy robot feel to it, almost like a Battletech or a Mech Warrior mech would. Now, on the other hand, the Cerulean one came out, and I know on the forums a lot of people didn't like it, just flat out said it was not a model they like. And when I first saw it in the email that Spartan sent out, I wasn't a huge fan because it's a giant, ancient alien dinosaur with a Hoda gun platform on the back. That being said, in Spartan's blog, they released more pictures of the model. And the pictures are side pictures, kind of give you an all-around view of the model. And it ingratiated it a little bit more with me. I like it now. I was on the fence before, but now I do like it, and I'm planning on probably picking it up at some point. I want to see the rules for it. But the only aspect of that model that I don't particularly care for is it has like a bony crest on its head, kind of like a Triceratops, just without the horns. And it looks like it has some kind of like a piercing or a nose ring, which it's not its nose, but it's just an odd design, and I might actually look into filing that off if I get the model. But that's really the only complaint I have about it now. Seeing it from the other angles, it's a fine-looking model. So those are the plans for that. I'm also going to break down and get a bunch more foam trays because I have this horrible habit of expanding armies and not getting enough proper storage and stowage for them. So I'm going to make myself get some storage trays to make sure that all my models have a safe place to call home. When it comes to dystopian wars, I've been thinking about this a lot. First of all, I see that there's new, I think they're like bombardment groups coming out, and I'll probably get those at some point, at least for the FSA, the COA, and my Russians. But aside from that, I can pretty comfortably say that my Russians and the Federated States of America fleets are completely done. My Antarcticans, I would like to get a few more things here and there for them, mostly ground units, and then the ground and the Antarcticans will be done. Now, that being said, I wouldn't mind getting the aerial boxes for each fleet at some point down the line, because I think the aerial models bring a really interesting aspect to the game, and a lot of them look really cool. I really do like the Russian ones especially. The US ones aren't bad. I mean, the FSA ones. But, I mean, they're just big dirigibles, and that's cool, but, like, the Russian ones are kind of like steampunk sci-fi sky captain ships, and the Antarcticans are just kind of like straight up like flying saucers, which I would like to get those at some point. And that would finish out the 3 fleets that I have. And I've decided that I am not going to buy any more dystopian. Well, I take it back. I'm not going to get any new fleets until the fleets I currently have are painted. I'm making that decision. That I'm determining that is the thing I'm going to do, because I have a really bad habit of just buying expansions to my fleets, and as I buy more, buying more new stuff, I just end up with more and more undercoated models that are like, "Hey, you gonna paint me?" So I'm gonna give a shot at that. My Russian naval fleet was completely painted, but I picked up the support fleet with the mortar ships, so I have them to paint. And once those are done, the naval fleet for the Russians are done again, until I get more naval models for them. But that's where I kind of stand with Dystopian Wars. I'm holding off on getting any more Infinity stuff because we haven't played it in a while, and I don't know how often I'm going to get a chance to play it, so I don't want to invest a lot more into that until I figure out if I'm going to be playing it more or not. Dystopian Legions is a game that we're going to be trying to play at some point as well. I know a buddy in my gaming group, he's gone a little crazy. He sold a lot of his Games Workshop stuff, and he has picked up, I think, an Empire of the Blazing Sun, a British army, and he has the Covenant and French from starter sets. So he has all that. The Lich Lord, when he gets a chance to play, he has his Prussians, and I now have a pretty decent-sized FSA army because one of my buddies for my birthday got me 2 HMGs and the field gun. So all 3 of those games are going to be games that we'll be talking about. We talk about Dystopian Wars a lot because it's only played the most, but I think once everybody has models, or once my buddy and I have the models to provide everybody to play, we'll be getting some Firestorm Planetfall in, because he and I are really excited about that. And I don't know when Dystopian Legions will be played, but we're going to give it a crack at some point. That's kind of where we're standing. I do know over the summer that I'm going to be running a gaming night down at home in the pool shed with my friends. I don't know if it'll be role-playing games or if it's going to be board games / card games. Whichever it is, hopefully by then I will have a nice portable recording device, and I will record those sessions and put them up here on the channel. As long as everybody that's involved is fine with that. So that's going to do it for me here at Poolshed Games. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, like what we're doing, share it with your friends, subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here at Poolshed Games.